Presenters, this is Assistant Professor Prem Sagar, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. And dear participants, I'm your host for today's session.
Welcome to GWEST 2020. Good morning to honorable guests and my dear participants. I'm Sheikh Shaheen, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, BITS Vizag. I'm co-host for today's session.
Dear participants, welcome to West 2020, organized by Baba Institute of Technology and Sciences. Dear participants, the chairperson for today's session is Dr. S. Srinivas Rao Garu.
I'm very grateful to introduce Dr. Srinivas Rao sir, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electrical Electronics Communication Engineering in Geetham Deemed University, Visakhapatnam. He has made significant contributions to teaching, research, and service. Dr. Srinivas Rao research interests largely lie in MATLAB simulation, system modeling, power generation, control theory, and so on. He has published 12 international papers and attended 21 training and workshop programs and also many journals in national. He trained his graduate students with nurturing and rigorous care and also have gone to become a proactive scholars. We are very grateful to have you as a chairperson. Thank you, sir.
So, dear attendees, today's presentee is Dr. P. Hemachandu, Professor, Sashi College of Engineering, Tadepalligudam, Andhra Pradesh, India. So, today's presentee, Dr. P. Hemachandu Garu, is going to present you a paper on GSM-based subacute display board with hybrid renewable sources. So, Dr. P. Hemachandra Garu, welcome, and always, and also you are also welcome to this session. Now, I request P. Hemachandra Garu, sir, you can start the class. So, Dr. Hemachandra Garu, sir, you can start the class.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Srinivas Garu. Hello.
Hello.
May I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So coming to my introduction, I am Dr. P. Hemachandu, Professor, working in SESI Institute of Technology and Engineering, Tadepalligudam. Okay. Okay. So my topic is on GSM-based subacute display board with hybrid renewable energy sources. Okay. Coming to this content, the abstract, introduction, components, connection diagram and working code, outputs, conclusions and feature scope, and coming finally the references. Coming to this title, the GSM based subacute display board with hybrid renewable source. Here we are using an Arduino board in combination with GSM modem in order to get a notice board. For that supply, a hybrid renewable energy source has been used. Okay, so that is the major criteria or the theme of this paper. For that, coming to contents, the abstract and introduction components, connection diagram, working code, output and conclusions with reference. Okay, these are the contents. And first, coming to the abstract, to develop an GSM-based notice board whose contents can be updated through an SMS. So, in order to the main objective or aim of this paper is to reduce the usage of paper, and in order to reduce human errors in writing on the paper and to convey the faster notice board, faster messages to the audience and to secure the information, and as well as to reduce the power usage from the conventional source. Why? Because here we are using hybrid sources. Okay, coming to the major criteria of this project. Here, mainly our aim is to reduce the usage of paper. Why? Because the global warming is increasing because of reducing the trees. So, in order to reduce the usage of paper, this main paper is concentrated, and as well as the power usage. In order to reduce the power usage, we have gone for renewable energy sources. So lack of continuity of the renewable source, we have gone for hybridization, that is using more than 2 renewable sources. Okay. And coming to
Sir, Ramchand here. Sorry for. Hello.
please tell me, sir.
Sir, sorry for interruption. Please put slide point, PPT point view, sir.
PPT,
Slides.
actually,
Here one full screen F5.
Yes.
Down, yes, sir.
Is it visible,
Now,
sir?
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So coming to these components, and here you are used Arduino UNO, the basic model, and the GSM modem, and the LED display as P10, and finally the hybrid source, renewable energy sources. Coming to this Arduino UNO, it is an open source electronic platform based on easy to use hardware and software. So it is Arduino nowadays become a very rarely used and rarely used component for an IoTs. So this is used as an open source electronic platform to use an hardware and software. And this Arduino UNO is a basic one. Though we are having different types of Arduinos like Arduino UNO, Arduino Dio, Arduino Mega, like that. In that, Arduino UNO is the basic one, which is consisting of 14 digital inputs, and whereas 6 analog inputs, and it will works on 16 megahertz. And USB, there will be an USB connector and a power jack and ISP header and a reset button itself. Okay. And the Arduino board able to read the input from the GSM and turn it into an output in order to give a display. And similarly, we dump a required output program in Arduino UNO from Arduino software in the system through USB. And the Arduino can be powered by AC DC adapter or by battery. Similarly, which we have used in this project, both solar energy and fuel cell in combination with the battery, who have used it as an adapter or a connector. Next, coming to the GSM modem. A GSM is nothing but global system mobile communication. The GSM provides an easy way for communicating between two users at any part of the world. Okay, so this GSM is nothing but GSM modem. Here we are using a SIM in order to communicate with other people. A GSM modem requires a SIM card for its wireless carrier in order to operate. The GSM modem supports 80 commands as attention command. You can call it an attention command, which is used for communicating purpose with the Arduino. So GSM modem supports 80 command. So we can read and write SMS messages and send to the SMS. And similarly, the number of SMS messages that can be processed by a GSM modem per minute is very low. Only about 6 to 10 SMS can be sent. And similarly, the SIM card also holds the information for the account holder, like phone numbers, text messages, etc. And RS-232 is a serial port. USB is used, so it can easily interface with a computer or a microcontroller. You can easily connect to the laptop as well. Okay. And next, coming to the LED displays, olden days we are going to use the dot matrix display, and P10 matrix display is also used. And recently, the advanced one is RGB matrix displays, where we can have a different color shades also existed. But whereas in dot matrix only, we can use only one single colors. Okay. So coming to the basic model of a matrix display, LED matrix display, a dot matrix displays devices which contains light emitting diodes aligned in the form of matrix. They have no limitations of displaying special and custom characteristics. So dot matrix display is manufactured in various dimensions and displays in different colors such as red, blue, yellow, white, any color it can able to produce. And the LEDs are arranged as 8 by 8 set of row and columns, and the MAX 7219 activates each column for a very short period of time, and at the same time it also drives each row. So by rapidly switching through the columns and rows, the human eye will only notice a continuous light. And the pins of common 8 by 8 LED matrix are internally connected And the MAX7219 comes with a resistor between the 5 volts and IC pin. The resistor used for setting the brightness. So if the value changes, the brightness will be changed, and the current flows through the LEDs. And coming to this upper one is an RGB node board, LED board, and this is an P10 LED board. And RGB, so RGB Arduino boards can be Arduino UNO, Mega, Zero, Adafruit, Metro 328, like that. So many Arduino boards are interconnected. You can able to interconnect with the RGB matrix displays. And this is the P10 matrix display. And this basically these RGB boards are normally used to make video walls. So here in Newark, we can see them on the sides of the buses and on bus stops to display nominate animations or short video clips. Coming to this RGB, only has 512 bright RGB LEDs arranged in 16 by 32 grids on the front, and the other has 1024 LEDs in 32 by 32. So here in this paper, we have used 16 by 32 P10 display boards. On the back in the PCB IDC connectors, one set of input and one for output. In theory, you can chain this together, and 12 16 bits latches that allow you to drive the display with 1:8 or 1:16 scan rate. These panels require 12 or 13 digital pins and 6-bit data or 7-bit control, and a good 5 volts power supply, at least a couple amps per panel. We suggest our 2 amps regulated 5 volts adapter and either a terminal block DC jack or shoulder a jack from our DC extension cord. Next, coming to this hybrid renewable energy sources, the solar panel and the battery is combination made hybrid renewable sources, and these two are connected in parallel. At daytime, the solar panel supplies power to notice board and the charger and charge the batteries. And the night time, the notice board uses the battery charge, and this makes a continuous power supply to the notice board. There is no cost for power supply because of renewable energy source. And this is the connection diagram where we have used a solar panel connection given to the Arduino board and a battery which are having two sources, renewable sources, which can be connected to the Arduino. And similarly, there is an GSM which is used to have communication between person to person, like that. So through mobile, we can able to give the message to the Arduino such that Arduino will take an input from the GSM, so that whatever the message has been taken from the GSM, that will be displayed in the LED dot matrix. Okay, and so here the supply is given for hybridization, solar and renewable energy sources, so that the power required. Actually, the Arduino board requires only 7 to 14 volts only. So that 5 to 7 volts or 7 to 14 volts will be taken from the solar panel, which can be further reduce the power. So that is one of the major advantage in this one. So ultimately, the major aim of this paper is to display the messages in the LED matrix through the GSM. Whatever the message which we want to post, that will be posted to the GSM, and that will be taken by the Arduino, and that will be displayed in the LED board through the Arduino. So this is the major concept. And for that supply, we have used a solar panel and a fuel cell, and it is connected to the battery, which will be stored. The total power will be stored in battery. From through battery, you can be connected to the Arduino. We can give the supply to the Arduino. So this is the total paper. And coming to the working, whenever the message is sent from the higher authorities to the SIM number, which is inserted in the GSM will send signals to the Arduino through RX receive, and TX means transmission, okay, or transfer. And the Arduino will convert the signals which are used for displaying the messages by connecting the pins of Arduino to the pin of LED dot matrix display. So whatever the Arduino will convert the signals is used for the displaying the messages, the connecting the pins of Arduino to the pins of LED dot matrix, and therefore the message will be displayed in the LED. So the overall working of the system is nothing but whatever the message we have sent to the GSM through the SIM number that will be transferred to the Arduino board with RX and TX, so that the received Arduino board will display the message to the LED dot matrix, so that the LED the display will be largely available or visible to the audience. Okay, so like that. So whatever the message we have sent through the SIM, that will be received by GSM, and that is GSM is sent signals to the Arduino board, and that Arduino board will send signals to the LED to display the messages whatever we have sent to the SIM. Okay, so this is the one of the best example. So here we have used a dot matrix display, where we have used Arduino UNO, and here is GSM modem in order to get an output. We have sent the message to the laptop, so using GSM mobile number, so that it is one of the dot matrix, which is basic LED display. And here I use P10. Similarly, here is a Arduino UNO, which is a basic model of an Arduino board, and this is a GSM model, which is used to send the messages, and through this message we have displayed the message in the P10 dot matrix. These are the outputs for a P10 dot matrix. So this is also P10 dot matrix display board, through that which we have submitted. So finally, the conclusions of the paper explains how a smart notice board can be developed using the least number of components in the short span of time. And this prototype developer can be used to eliminate the need of huge billboards and save energy by using of hybrid system, and continuous supply can be provided. This is also a better method of going green. This paper also encourages to use renewable sources, thereby indirectly decreasing the pollution itself. So these are the major conclusions. And coming to the future, so we can use Arduino Mega instead of Arduino UNO in order to increase the number of input signals. So here there only 14 signals are there. Here we can have around 22 signals or more input signals can be connected to the Arduino. So in future you can be able to use advanced Arduino boards in order to increase the fastness and the speed and the process microprocessor can be improved. So microprocessor range can be improved, and the size can also be increased, and special characters can also be included. If you use instead of P10 and dot matrix, you can use RGB, so that you can able to play videos also in that display boards. And also the Arduino can be programmed to send the acknowledgement message back to send, and it's an the Arduino itself it will able to resend the sender whatever the message sent by the person. For that person, they can send the acknowledgement, yes, we have received the message, like that. So like that also we can able to program, and we can use different types of renewable sources. Instead of solar and as well as fuel cell, we can able to use different wind energy, like that. We can able to use different renewable energy sources as an alternate one. So thank you. These are some of the references which I have referred. And basically this is a project done by my students itself. Because of lockdown and unavailability of resources, they couldn't able to present this paper. So because of that, I'm here to present instead of them. So the complete paper and as well as PPT has been done by my students itself.
I request our chairperson, Dr. S. Srinivas Rao Garu, to share his views, sir. Just give me a minute.
Dr. Hamchandra, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Srinivas Rao Garu, yes, sir.
Sir, presentation is good. Hamchandra.
Sir, Hemant. Sir?
Hamchandra.
Sir, you can unmute yourself, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Hamchandra.
Sir, Srinivas sir, Chappan.
Sir, presentation is good, sir.
Thank you, sir.
uh, what is the software is it to write the coding, sir, the Arduino program?
So actually Arduino itself, we're having the software coding, sir. From through Arduino only you can able to write the coding, sir.
Any microcontroller or
Yes, sir. In Arduino
microcontroller,
only.
sir?
Yes, sir. In Arduino itself, we can they injected a microcontroller will be there, sir. In Arduino also.
What is the rating of solar cell, sir? Because from solar cell also Arduino taking power now.
At 250 watts, we have used 250 watts of solar cell, sir.
Voltage rating, sir,
250 watts.
Arduino.
Voltage rating will be around 10 volts, sir. 10 volts. And the
What
current
is the
will be to
required?
1 to 2 amps.
What is the required voltage rating
Actually,
of
we
Arduino,
required
sir?
4 volts, sir. Actually, we required only 4 to 10 volts, sir. We have connected
Okay.
to 10 volts.
So battery is also battery rating,
And,
sir, 1
yes, sir. And Sai Ganesh, some of the person has had a question. What is the estimated cost for the hardware implementation? The Arduino UNO consists of around 800 to 1000 rupees, and GSM modem itself consists of 800 to 1000 only. So the PTA, that PT display board, we have purchased for 500. 4 panels has been 4 panels LED displays we have purchased. So 2000. So around you may cost around 4 to 5000, sir. Sai Ganesh garu. I am answering to Sai Ganesh, sir. Sir, it will the estimated cost of hardware implementation will be around 4 to 5000, sir.
So there is another question from Divya Prakash Billa, sir. Which software
Please.
is used to dump the software in Arduino, sir? Which software is used to dump?
Yeah, there is. You can write in C. There is a software called Arduino. Arduino itself is a software existing. You can directly go to if you go to Google and type an Arduino, you can have an software that is Arduino. Okay, that through that we can able to write the coding, and from that we can able to dump into that Arduino UNO through that Arduino software only.
Okay, sir. Sir, there's another query. We place the mobile jammer beside this kit. It will not work, but how to overcome this, sir?
Basically, mobile jammer, if the mobile jammer is existing, the GSM will not work. Okay. So at that time, we have to eliminate the mobile jammer itself. That's it.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any other queries from participants?
Dear participants, in case of any doubts or queries, we would love to hear from you, and you can share your knowledge also. You can text the query, or else you can raise your hands.
Okay, now I would like to it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of our department and coordinators, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to honorable delegates. And also, I would like to thank our presentee, Hema Chandu, for sharing the valuable information on GSM and working modes, as well as the Arduino system. I express my gratitude to our principal, sir, as well as the management for giving us opportunity in organizing this event, GWest 2020. As no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to our department for their support and all the coordinators too. Thank you for making this event successful with your contribution.
So special thanks to our chairperson, Dr. Srinivas Rao Garu, and presentee, Dr. P. Hemachandu Garu. So we had a lovely session. It was a quite nice session, and I believe that all the presentees or the attenders had a lovely session here. Thank you one and all. In case of any doubts regarding certificates, then call our HOD, madam.
You will be getting updates in your WhatsApp group, sir, regarding certificates and regarding PPT. The video will also be shared. The recording will be shared through your WhatsApp. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.